Hey everybody, it's Everyday Shenanigans. Talking to a gentleman about what happened last week in Texas. He has his opinion. We won't film his face for security reasons. Okay, sir, would you like to give your age or no?
Yeah, I'm 69.
69. Okay, you're a resident of Tennessee, right?
Right.
That's enough. That's all I need to know. Okay, tell me what you have to say.
Well, it's just stupid. I mean, it would be so easy to be cured simply because, we need some gun control laws.
Okay.
And I mean by that, I think, sure, the Second Amendment says that we should have a well-armed militia, but I think it's just gotten out of control.
Okay.
The NRA funnels in tons and tons of money
Letting you know his hands.
The NRA
Mm-hmm.
funnels in tons and tons of money to congressional elections.
Okay.
And yes, that makes the Congress people beholden to them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I understand that. And
Are you a gun carrier, sir?
I do not carry a gun now.
Okay, you used to be in the past?
I was
How long ago was that, sir?
a long time ago.
How long? About 20 years? 15?
Over 20.
Okay, so you were a licensed carrier here in the state of Tennessee?
No,
Okay, you were not. Did they not have any stipulations at that time?
I was not a licensed carrier here in Tennessee.
Okay, in another state.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
All right.
So
But-
give us a reason why you don't carry now.
Hey, the reason I don't want to carry now is there's too many crazy people out there.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be a part of it.
Do you have a gun at your home?
I am not a licensed carrier in
Okay.
the state of Tennessee.
Okay. But I'm saying, but do you have a weapon at your own house?
I am not a licensed carrier in the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
That's all
We'll leave that
I'm
alone.
gonna say
Okay,
on
sir.
that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Moving on.
But it's just irrational, and a lot of what they're saying is, we need better background checks for one thing, so the
Okay.
crazies don't get the guns.
Right?
And I think that's admirable that they're working on that right
Okay.
now. But they're just working on it, and I
So-
think a lot of it's all smoke. And I'm tired of thoughts and prayers going out. They
Yes.
haven't done a damn
Every
thing.
time something terrible happens.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
What is
I
your
mean,
solution?
my solution?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, in Ireland, when they had a situation where the school was shot up.
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
it
they've been
was
showing that on the
back in
news.
1996.
Yes, sir.
They banned handguns.
Mhm,
I'm not
mhm.
saying we should
Yeah.
do that.
Yes,
but
they've been showing that on TV lately of the
That's-
countries that had banned. I think that's the one that you're speaking of.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, if you ever have to stab anybody, it is up close and personal.
Very personal, is it not?
It is.
Nobody's stabbing anybody. They are, but it's
Yeah,
more.
but
It's easier to just get a gun. I don't have to fight you. I don't have to worry about you getting the best of me. So I
Exactly.
grab a gun.
So,
Do you think it's a problem with people can't cope, such as the young children going out here, going into the schools, shooting their families, shooting children, shooting colleges, open crowds, festivals, concerts, or even adults? Do you believe it's an issue where people can't cope? They don't know how to cope with their issues, their problems, so they just go out and get a gun and just say, "I'm miserable. I'm gonna take everybody with me."
well, that's another thing is that there's a big segment of Congress that feels like that there ought to be more emphasis on mental health, and I
Okay.
agree with that as
Okay.
well. It's tough. Life is not easy.
It is not easy.
So, there again, I think a lot of the problems that we have is that we're not getting support from Congress from the standpoint of mental health, and I don't think that we're getting a lot of emphasis put on control. You don't need an
You don't need.
AR-15 to shoot a deer.
So let's speak about this. Do you think they should sell heavy artillery in our country, such as AR-15s, period, just sold, period, to a regular civilian? Do you think they should be sold to civilians?
I mean, if you're in a situation where you're going, and I shouldn't say this, bear hunting or
Yeah,
something.
but nobody's
like
going to know that when they're selling you the gun, though.
But I mean, there again, why?
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand what you're
have you ever seen what an AR-15 does to a squirrel?
Yeah. Well, they're already describing what it's done to a human, so I don't even have to imagine what it'll do to a squirrel.
So I mean, you don't, I think that for protection purposes, yes, you never know. I mean, there take a look at what's going on in some of the places. That we've destroyed enough of the environment that a lot of the bears and things like that are coming
around. Yeah. Well, they're going to come down the mountain, of course, because they're hungry. Yes, they got to eat.
And there's a lot of things like protection of your home from.
So I understand that point. Yeah, wild animals. Yes,
and
that makes sense.
Some of the wild animals are two-legged, but the bottom line is.
That is so
what
true.
Is overkill.
That is so true. I understand what you're saying.
You don't need overkill.
Yes, sir.
You can kill, but not overkill.
Okay, so you do want background checks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
you acknowledge that we have mental issues. So how is that going to play in? Because you can't make people go to the doctor, just like you can't make people take their medicine. A lot of people are mentally ill, and their family will say when something terrible happens, "Oh, he was off his medicine, she was off her medicine." And that's the thing. You can't make an adult take a medicine. You also can't make an adult seek help if they have an issue or think they have an issue.
I think a lot of it is the stigma of mental health.
Okay.
A lot of people think that, oh, well, you want me to see a psychiatrist.
Yes.
You think I'm crazy? No, you just need help.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot of it as well, is that, there's this stigma of we have a problem with mental health.
Okay.
I know that when I was growing up, if you said mental health is a problem.
Yes.
Or you've got
people
somebody
looked at you, they
have
judged
like
you.
mental health, or he's going to a psychiatrist.
Yeah, right. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like,
and nobody wanted to be deemed something wrong with them. I
right.
understand.
I mean,
times are different. The mindset is different now.
Well, I don't think it's that different. I think a lot of people don't want to do that, and I think
still, you don't think people want to go to the doctor as they would have 50, 60 years ago?
Exactly.
Okay, I understand.
Exactly. But I think a lot of it is the fact that we just need to re-educate ourselves to the point of, if you want to lash out, you don't do it
on a human
with a gun on other humans.
Or any weapon, because you can still use any weapon.
Or any weapon. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to the firing range and put up and
that's probably a good idea.
Picture of your boss on there and shoot the sand.
I agree, sir. I agree.
And
I agree.
If you
I
want
agree.
to go to one of these places that where they throw axes.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
Work it out.
Yes.
Do
Work
that
it out.
sort
Or
of
go in the
thing.
middle of the field and scream, holler, push up the mud. Daisies, whatever.
Right. Well, don't push up daisies. That's a bad thing. But I mean,
what you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's ways of doing it, and if you feel like you need help, go get help.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you said that.
It's not a bad thing.
And you're an older person saying that. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was born in the early 50s.
Okay.
1950s.
Okay.
So yeah, and I've seen my share of tragedy, and I've seen my share of carnage.
Okay.
And I'm just tired of it.
I understand. I think a lot of people. I heard Ashley Manfield talking about that the other day.
Of being sick and
tired. Everybody's tired. So here we go. You want people to be licensed in the United States to carry a weapon? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you think they need to have a mental evaluation before purchasing a weapon by a licensed physician or psychiatrist or psychotherapist, however it goes?
As my Uncle Sam used to say.
Because I'm thinking that we got to get really radical with this.
Yeah, well,
you understand what I mean?
I understand, but I mean, I don't think it could hurt, but I'm not sure that there again you start getting in these legal areas.
I know.
And who's to say what's crazy?
Right.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, 150 years ago, it would have been illegal for me to teach you to read.
Yes, sir. That's true.
So I mean, things change.
That's right. You're right.
So I mean,
African Americans were not allowed to read, go to school, commingle with Caucasian citizens. Very true, sir.
And
very true.
The thing of it is, anymore, I'm old, but heck, I don't even notice anymore.
Yeah, but why care? That's the thing people don't understand. You waste time worrying about things that's unimportant. What you should be worrying about is living, having a good life, treating people well, enjoying what years that you have. But people can't seem to focus on that. That's the reason why we don't get along, because people are focusing on stupid, ignorant things. And you can't change the mindset of humans.
Well, ignorance can be cured. Stupidity goes to the bone.
Anything you'd like to say about the veterans? Today is commemorating our...
of course.
Yes.
God bless them.
Amen.
I mean, every one of them. I know it's a tough road for all of them. I did my part for the country, not in the military. I was in other things.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that that's a good thing. And I'll bring this up too.
Okay.
This would be something that I think everyone could do is adopt a policy that everybody has to give, every adult has to give 2 years of service to the country.
Wow, you really believe that?
Yes,
You think
I
that,
do.
sir?
I'm not
Tell us
saying,
why.
not in the military.
Oh, some type of community
necessarily,
service.
Not necessarily, but I mean in some sort of government service. A,
Okay.
it will teach you about the government.
Okay.
But B,
Interesting.
it teaches you discipline. You know,
And you feel this will help us as people starting
I
out?
think it will.
Young people, you mean? Because young is that's where most of
I'm
our
talking
ideals
about
start
18
anyway.
on.
Okay, so
You know.
you're never too old to learn.
Right.
Is what
but
it's been
I mean,
said.
you know, just everybody should give at least 2 years. There are countries.
Public service.
It is, you know, Israel is one of them that it's
Mandatory.
mandatory.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't have a lot of problems with people shooting up schools. Now they got other things.
We've heard that too. Yeah,
but,
yeah. The
you know,
ideologies.
But
yeah.
it's a matter of
warped
mental
ideologies.
discipline.
Yes.
And I think that's part of what our problem is nobody's got any discipline
yes.
anymore.
So you do believe that some of us are lacking moral compass, sir? Discipline, moral compass, direction.
Discipline. I hesitate to say moral compass.
Okay.
But
I mean, we all fall
well.
short. Let me say that. We all
Yes.
going to fall short.
Yeah.
We're all going to make mistakes and do things, but you still got to have a start in life. Now, you have some people who come from corrupt backgrounds, horrible parenting, and these people have grown up to be Rhodes Scholars, doctors, lawyers, great civilians,
Where I grew
leaders.
up, a guy that I went to school with, and I went to school in a large metropolitan city in the Atlantic seaboard, or
Okay.
Atlantic.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Chicago.
Well, no.
I know you're talking about. I know the East Coast. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and this guy I went to school with, he was a good student, and to look at him, you would never believe it. But his mother was a drug addict.
Wow.
His father, when he ever showed up, only came because he needed money to buy liquor.
Okay.
This man slept on the floor of the schools every once in a while.
Wow.
And this was back in the 60s,
Okay.
so, you know, the janitors knew what it was,
Yeah.
and they let him.
Yeah.
He went on to become mayor of a major metropolitan city
Wow.
in Virginia.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, so everybody can find their own moral compass.
Right.
Some of us need more guidance than others.
And that's what it is, because a lot of people think if you grow up a certain way or you learn certain behaviors, then that will be you. But that's not true, because we've seen so many people come from horrific backgrounds and they did not become what they were subjected to.
Exactly.
They did not. So that's not true.
So
it can form you, yes, but like you say, at some point you have to own responsibility for your way of thinking, no matter what you went through and what you've been and what you saw and witnessed as a child.
What this guy did, he used his father as a role model of what not to be.
Okay. And that's a great point. That's a great point.
So there you go.
What name would you like to give me for this interview, sir?
Absolutely. I am no one.
Mr. No One from East Tennessee. Thank you, sir. All right, everybody. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Mr. No One giving his opinion on the NRA. Did I say that right? NRA, veterans, mental health. This is the Queen. Live on the ground, giving you commentary. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Thank you for joining me. It's Everyday Shenanigans.